Welcome to another Wichita Toy Train Club product review. I'm Zachariah. Behind the camera we have Chris, and today we will be taking a look at the Lionel Junction Dinosaur LionChief diesel set. So this set includes the train you see here with the LionChief remote and an 036 circle of Lionel's fast track. One of the pieces of track have this barrel jack. You use the included wall adapter, insert it into the barrel jack, and this here end into the wall, and you're ready to go. Connecting your fast track. Lionel's fast track is made to be very simple and easy to use. The pins on each end of the fast track respectively enter the hole on the other rail, and all you have to do is simply push them together and kind of give it a small wiggle, and they lock together. On the back side, these here pins keep the track from vibrating apart as the train goes around. Now that we've learned how to put our track together and get power to the track, let's take a deeper look at the set. So this set is designed to be more engineered to younger kids, and for that reason this set is kind of more toyish, but it's a very nice looking set. In this set we have our Locomotive, our Boxcar, our Gondola, and our Caboose. This set is almost identical to the Pet Shop Express set. The only difference is the fact that we have dinosaurs and not pets, and that we've got kind of more boy theme going on with the dinosaur paint rather than the pink in the Pet Shop Express set. Now looking at the Locomotive that comes in this set, right up front here we have a plastic coupler. This is a non-operating coupler, so this knuckle does not open, but it does kind of have a centering feature, so it always comes back to center. Right up here we have a smooth pilot. This is all molded in plastic. We have a couple steps on the side here. Moving back, we have a molded in side frame for the Locomotive. Moving up, we have a Dino Roars park and a skeleton of a dinosaur going across the whole Locomotive. Down here we have some Dinosaur Footprints, and we have some molded in details all around the Locomotive, rivets and grates, and we have our stack up here along with a bell. Up front, again, we have another molded in grate with our operating headlight. Now this headlight always stays on, never turns off as soon as you turn on power. We have frosted windows all the way around the cab. There is no light in the cab, but we have the nice frosted windows. Now we flip the Locomotive around. Right up here we have our rear coupler, same thing as our front coupler. Moving forward we have some molded in details. Again, some more molded in details up top here. Up here we have our rear backup light, and this acts just the same as our headlight. It always stays on. Again, all those frosted windows. Over here we have a screw here and over here that I would assume if you take out would allow you to get access to the inside of the Locomotive if you ever needed to. And right here we have a switch that allows you to turn the sounds on and off. This Locomotive has a wonderful looking paint job. Okay, now we flip the Locomotive upside down so we can see the underside. First thing we can see here is we have two axles, and we have a whole bunch of open gears here. Just like as usual, we always want to remember that these gears look kind of dry. We need to get a little bit of grease and just spin the wheels so we can get that grease all the way around the gears just to keep them from stripping. Also, it is always a good idea when you get the Locomotive new to put a small dab of oil right where the axle goes through the frame and on the center rail pickup roller. That will help the Locomotive maintain a long running life and keep it from squeaking. For anyone that's wanting to get into the hobby, oil is your friend. It keeps your locomotives running and your trains running smoothly. You can pick this up from about any local hobby store. Okay, now we have the Boxcar upside down, and just as I mentioned earlier with the Locomotive, it is always a good idea to make sure we get a little bit of oil right where that axle goes into this plastic bushing. Now, a small note on the fact that metal axle does go into plastic bushing, so over time that axle may wallow out that bushing and make it extremely loose to where that axle just doesn't even stay in there. Okay, now I brought over one of the coaches from our Thomas set that we have at the club. And this Thomas set has gone around the world a million more times than any Thomas has really have ever should have. But if you can see, right down in here, we have put a small brass washer. And that's from that plastic bushing just wallowing out. So if that ever happens, you can always just go pick up a small brass washer from any hardware store and just grind that out and pop that down in there, and that'll help keep your set running even longer. Now we've brought over the rest of the train. Up front here we have our boxcar. Again, there's not a whole lot going on here for this set. There's a nice color scheme going on here with the blue and green, along with our dinosaur observation unit and our Built by Lionel 2014. Again, all of these cars do have the plastic couplers, so you do have to separately pick them up and set them down into the reciprocating coupler. Moving down, we have our gondola, which is our hatchling transport, and we have our Dino Roars Park down over here, and again, our Built by Lionel 2014 there. Inside of it, we have basically Easter eggs here that come with the set, along with little dinosaurs. And at the end of our train, we have our caboose. There's a bunch of molded in wood panels, along with our Dino Roars Park, and again, our Built by Lionel 2014 along the side. Again, there's a wonderful looking color scheme going on here, just as the whole train has been. Okay. Now putting your locomotive and rest of your train on the track. The easiest way to do this, being simple 2-axle locomotive, is set the 2 wheels on the far side onto the far rail, just like that, to where the flanges are on the inside of the gauge, and just slowly pull the locomotive down. And always give it just a small shove. Make sure all your wheels and flanges sit perfectly inside the rails. Now this is where it gets tricky. We have our locomotive on the track, but now we need to connect our boxcar. And again, like I said, these couplers are all plastic and they do not operate. So we have to pull our boxcar in and set it into this coupler while also trying to set it onto the track simultaneously. And just like that, we're ready to go. Alright, now we got the train on the track and power to it. And as you can already hear, our locomotive is already lighted up and making sounds. Over here we have our remote. We'll go ahead and turn that on. And now we can listen to the horn. It is really quick to note that that horn is extremely responsive. And we have our bell. And announcements. Now that we've gone through the sounds of the locomotive, let's go ahead and take the setup for the spin around the layout. Alright, as everyone can see, this set is not necessarily a slow runner. It does not have speed control like the LionChief Plus locomotives do, but it is also a very nice, ready-to-run set, and good to get you started in the hobby. This concludes our review of the LionChief Lionel Junction Dinosaur Diesel set. Be sure to like us on Facebook so you get the most recent updates on product reviews and our open hours here in Wichita, Kansas. Also, remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, again, so you get the most recent updates of product reviews and running train videos. Thanks for watching.